getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Glad to have you guys in the stream, being a part here on the channel tonight. And this is my second time that I've covered a WNBA this season. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, back in action, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak as they enter tonight's matchup at 9-7 overall. Fever playing really well on their home floor this season. They're at 6-3 at home, number 7 in the WNBA standings, and they get the first game out of 2 straight in a row, taking on the Phoenix Mercury. Phoenix at 5-12 overall, 3-6 in a row, number 12 in the WNBA standings. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What's good? Clayton on the stream, welcome in. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight. Type it in, Fever or Mercury tonight. And man, Caitlin Clark, she has been on a roll recently. 5 straight games, 21 points or greater, averaging 26 points per game in the previous 5 back-to-back games against Atlanta, where she dropped down 26 points and 7 assists. And Indiana got the number 1 offense in the WNBA currently, putting up 92 points per game this season. And yeah, just incredibly fun team to watch this year for the Fever. I streamed the game last week against the Toronto Tempo. They put up over 100+ points on them, and they were shooting lights out from the floor. And tonight got another great shot, I feel like, for the Fever to rack up a bunch more points in this matchup. Mercury at just 5-12 this season. They're right now 12th place out of the 15-team league in the WNBA. Got a couple of games going down already tonight. Connecticut Sun is only 2-15. They get a 45-30 lead right now against the Chicago Sky. Sky struggling too at 4-11 overall. Toronto Tempo, when I did their stream last week against the Indiana Fever, they had a couple key players injured. They had their top scorer injured during that game. And right now, Atlanta Dream looking really good. 33-15. The Dream up at the end of the first over the Tempo. Yeah, so this is my second stream that I've covered Caitlin Clark this season for the WNBA. And just wrapped up NBA Finals a little while ago. So it allowed me to cover WNBA streams here on the channel. And very soon going to be tipping off in this matchup here. I think slightly after the top of the hour, we will have the opening tip for tonight's game. Wow, we got some really good attendance on the channel right now. 30+ people watching. You guys, the real legends, MVPs for coming out, supporting my channel, and finding my stream tonight. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight. Type it in. Indiana Fever, Phoenix Mercury. Right now, the poll 100% Indiana. We got 9 votes right now. The poll. Make sure to keep on racking up those votes throughout the course of the night. And this game taking place at Indiana, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, Indianapolis, where Caitlin Clark, number 3 scorer in the league. Top 2 playmakers in the league going up against one another tonight. Alyssa Thomas slightly ahead of Caitlin Clark in assists per game. Alyssa Thomas for the Mercury averaging 8.4 assists per game. Caitlin Clark's averaging 8.1. Yeah, she was incredible. The game that I covered last week against Toronto, she had like 14 assists, a season high, and she was tossing dimes left and right. Aaliyah Boston made a big impact in that game. Kelsey Mitchell, absolute bucket getter. And they got 2 top 5 scores on the team between Mitchell, 20 points per game score, and Clark now moving up to 3rd in the league in scoring. And yeah, this could be a tough matchup tonight for Phoenix, because Phoenix ranks kind of like mid-pack defensively for them, 9th in opponents' points per game allowed, but can they keep up against Indiana? That's the question. Phoenix 11th in scoring, averaging around 10 points per game under than what Indiana's averaging at 92. They're averaging 82 for the Mercury. And then for the Fever, just going to take care of the basketball tonight. They've been racking up a bunch of turnovers, averaging just over 15 turnovers per game. Need to be better with the basketball for the Fever. So their problem spots have been on the turnover side and also on the personal foul side. That's when they've had trouble this season. On the other side for Phoenix, a lot goes with their shooting efficiency. It's been struggling on that end. Their offensive struggles, ranking in the bottom 5 of the league, points per game at 11th. Also, they struggle limiting opposing playmakers to rack up the 11th most assists out of teams in the league. So their bottom 5 for Phoenix, and assists allowed per game to opponent, which that is the strong suit with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fevers, that they rank inside the top 4 in the league in assists per game. Hey, what's good, Jeffrey? Welcome in. Hope all is going well, man. Glad to have you back in. Going to be tipping off very shortly. Kalia Copper leads the Phoenix Mercury. She's averaging 19 points per game. Top scorer of the team for Phoenix. Phoenix with 3 players going into this contest averaging double figures. They do have a key player listed out today, Jovana Nogic. She is out due to personal reasons. I saw on Twitter that it was put out by Underdog Fantasy that it was a suspended contract for Nogic. So hopefully everything is okay, and hopefully she'll be able to return back to the team soon for Phoenix, because they're going to need her. She's been like the best player this season, but that's a tough loss there, losing a double-digit score right before a couple days prior to this game tonight. Kalia Copper, 19 points per game. Alyssa Thomas averaging 14 and 8 for points and assists. And then they do have a third scorer averaging around 10 on their team this season with Monique Akoa Makini. Hey, what's good? Jason on the stream. Welcome in, man. Oh, that's awesome. Gonna plan to take your daughter to a home game. That's great. Yeah, the team near me is supposed to move. So I'm like an hour 15 from Connecticut Sun, and it'll be interesting to see if Boston gets an NBA team, or for WNBA, for a WNBA team next couple of years, if Boston does go that route, because they're losing one in New England. Looks like the Suns moving to Houston. Yeah, it is looking very likely, Jeffrey, that like it's like any so many people keep on refreshing social media. There's so many rumors out there. It's crazy. Like it can happen. Like it possibly could happen during the stream tonight, if not tomorrow. Tomorrow for sure. Giannis is gonna be traded. That's probably gonna. Usually that stuff happens like the day of the draft. So I bet you like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, it's gonna happen. I remember there was a trade a couple years back that happened on like the morning of draft day. But yeah, it's between the Celtics and the Heat now for Giannis. But I really don't know why he would want to go to the Heat, because he wants to win a championship. And Miami would be giving up a lot of their players, and they just don't have like the core pieces around them to do that. Basically, just him and Bam Adebayo, whereas he's got the legitimate chance to win a championship if he goes to the Celtics, if they do a full-on swap with Jaylen Brown. Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to say goodbye to Jaylen Brown. It's going to be tough for the Celtics to move on from him, but um, definitely need the front court depth for Boston. Yeah, really well attended stream right now. 25 plus people in the pregame. This is awesome. If you guys enjoy the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe if you guys are new. And just getting ready to tip this one off a couple minutes from now. Fever come in 7.5-point favorites on the line. They have 2 players out tonight, Justine Passau and Bree Hall, both out due to coach's decision. And oh wow, they've got 2 players double digits listed out. Yeah, I would not be shocked tonight if the Fever win this by double digits. Right now they're a 7.5-point favorite on the line. I honestly think that line should be at like 9.5 right now for them, because they're at home. They're 6-3 at home. The Phoenix Mercury are 3-6 on the road. Phoenix is without 2 key players tonight. Jovana Nogic and Akoa Makani. So they have 2 double-digit scores out tonight. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Kalia Copper, looks like, for the Mercury in this game to carry. I'm going to take tomorrow off, so unfortunately, I won't be live tomorrow for the draft. I'm going to catch up on a lot of my work stuff tomorrow. I'm probably going to have it in the background when I do a lot of my work stuff. Yeah, I've covered a draft a couple of times before. It goes like super late. Like it goes to like midnight, basically. Just so long. Wow, that's awesome. I went to that new clam shack yesterday, Jeffrey, across from Riverside at Crescent Park Beach. So they had a new clam shack that opened up yesterday, or opened up like a week and a half ago. Lexi Hull, Monique Billings, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark starting five going up against Lexi Held, Kalia Copper, Natasha Mack, Alyssa Thomas, and Nohemi Broshon, the starting five for Phoenix. Phoenix white jerseys, purple numbers, purple letters going left to right on the floor for Phoenix, right to left for Indiana. Dark blue jerseys tonight, yellow numbers, yellow letters, and they are on their home floor tonight, the Gainbridge Fieldhouse for the Fever. All right, here we go. About to tip off in just a moment. Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Mack at midcourt, and Mercury control the opening tip. Left to right on the floor for Phoenix, and we have a whistle 3 seconds into regulation. And they're going to go with a side in inbound here for the Mercury. Lexi held inbound, goes over to number 2, Kalia Copper. Copper defended by Lexi Hull around the perimeter, slides it on top to Held. Into the hands to Alyssa Thomas, leading the WNBA, averaging 8.4 assists per game, and that's a steal at the low block by the Fever with Billings. Clark towards her right off the dribble, opening possession in the night for Indiana. Caitlin Clark, top of the key. Slides it off to Boston. Boston dribbles up, drives inside the key, outside off to Mitchell. Push pass, corner three. Hall buries the three. Lexi Hall able to rattle in the triple. Nice extra push pass right there to set up that three-point make by Kelsey Mitchell. Second possession for the Mercury. Thomas moves it off to the elbow. Jumper deep two. Missed off the rim by Mack. Rebound went to Clark. Caitlin Clark, first minute of action past midcourt. Clark working around the perimeter, taking on one defender. Into the hands to Boston. Boston dribbles up inside. The key had it poke loose, stole away. Up the floor with Alyssa Thomas now for the Mercury as Thomas off the Euro step scores the layup. Back to the Fever once again, and that's what they're going to have to settle down, is limit those turnovers. Averaging around 15 turnovers per game. That's the second worst turnover per game margin in the NBA. Down low, Boston went up, got it swatted. They got it back though with Billings. Entry pass lob. Hall finds Boston down low off the pivot. Missed off the glass offensive rebound. Boston could have put it up in time. Shot clock violation. And it's going to go back to the Mercury. Matt, welcome in. Yeah, it's going to be tough for me to say goodbye to Jaylen Brown, but it addresses the need that the Celtics need to put pressure on the rim and to get like a top 5 player in the league or so. It's one of those things that is very rare to do. So I think right now it's going to happen because I mean, I'm gonna miss seeing Jaylen Brown, but the rumors have just been constant for like the last month with Jaylen Brown, and even if he stays in Boston, he's eventually gonna get traded because of just so many rumors out there. It's tough to get over that right now with all those rumors. Phoenix missing the three. At the wing, they came up with an offensive rebound, swinging it off to the trailer, down low to the cup, and he scored a layup. That is number 1, Nohemi Broshon, who scores the 2. Caitlin Clark with possession. At the wing, a step back three, a Clark around the rim and out, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Billings. Billings on the outside finds Boston, tees up the three straight away off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound goes back to Monique Billings and lost it off the pivot and out of bounds, went off the Fever. Yeah, they split up the draft. I think they did that a couple of years ago. They split up the draft instead of having it all in one night. Yeah, they tried to cram in like the second round, like players were getting drafted during commercials. Pass backdoor, broke it up. Mercury stays with the possession. Lexi held, number 10. Second season on the DePaul. Held. Lost it. Free throw circle. Got it back. Blocked by Boston. They fling up a shot and results in an air ball. So the shot clock winds down. That's a shot clock violation charged to the Mercury. Physical start between these two teams right now, just stifling defense around. Nothing going on for these two offenses. Aaliyah Boston just so active defensively there. Caitlin Clark with possession. Top of the key. And an offensive foul, an illegal screen set by Boston. Oh, wow. I didn't know that there was a troll. Yeah, we were going to go to the bike path yesterday. There were so many bikes, though. Like, the parking was completely taken. But yeah, that path leads to a dock further down the bike path. Good layup there, operating. Backdoor to the hoop, number 4. Natasha Mack scores the 2 for Phoenix. 6-3 now for the Mercury. Caitlin Clark on the edge of the perimeter, slides it off to Boston, top of the key. Boston towards her left off the dribble, hand off Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell, dribble drive, jump stop inside the key, high off glass, missed off the mark. Thomas controls the defensive rebound. Mercury clamping down the Fever. 6-zip run by Phoenix and Indiana on a scoring drought of over 2 minutes. Off an offensive rebound by the Mercury, attacking inside the paint. Thomas puts it up. Thomas scores it. And a foul. And the one coming up with a free throw line for Alyssa Thomas. Wow, tough start right now for Indiana. Alyssa Thomas just eating her way inside the low post, drove right at Clark, bounced right off of her, and then absorbed the contact at the back end of the play by Lexi Hall and got it a drop over Hall, plus a free throw coming up. And the free throw is good. 9-3 start right now for Phoenix. Hand off top of the key into the hands to Mitchell. Slides it off to Clark. Comes off the screen. Straight away 3. No good off the mark. Offensive rebound secure by Holdo. Dribbles back out to the perimeter. Boston finds Mitchell. Mitchell. Crossover at the wing of the perimeter. Takes the 3 off a rainbow. Off the back rim. Misfired. Rebound. Back it goes the Mercury. Struggling start right now. Indiana cannot connect on any of their shots as Phoenix has it at the around the free throw circle with Thomas. Handoff to Held. Baseline jumper for Phoenix, and they connect on it. 11-3 start for the Mercury. That is buried by Natasha Mack, number 4 for Phoenix, and we'll head to the first timeout of the night. Fever have to burn a timeout. Stephanie White not happy with what she's seeing right now from her team. Just 3 points for the number 1 scoring team in the WNBA. And this should be a bounce back moment tonight for Indiana. They're on their home floor. They're 7.5-point favorites. But right now, getting out to a slow start. Just hard to get into a 3-point shooting contest and cannot make their threes to start things off tonight. All right, first time out on the floor. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. 4 of the 5 starters already scoring for Phoenix. Alyssa Thomas, she has 5. 2 each by Copper, Brochant, and Mack. Fever responsible for just Lexi Hall. Able to knock down the corner 3 for the 3-zip lead as part of an 11-zip run for Phoenix. Caitlin Clark 0 for 2. Both from 3 to start off. Kelsey Mitchell 0 for 2 from the floor. Leah Boston 0 for 3. And Fever Or just 1 for 8 shooting with that lone basket by Hall. Plus 3 turnovers so far for Indiana. That's awesome. Yeah, I've seen pictures of that before, but I wasn't sure like exactly where. Wow, June 13th. Last week, Kalia Copper for Phoenix. She dropped down to 41 points, a career high in that game. That was against the LA Sparks. 43 points by Kelsey Plum. First time that 2 players went for 40-plus points in a single game. Tremendous start right now for the Mercury. Phoenix, 5-12 overall, sitting in the number 12 spot of 15 teams in the association. And right now, up against the Fever. Clark's pass broke it up out of bounds off the Mercury. First time on the floor tonight for number 31 for Phoenix, Kiara Linskins, a 6'4" center for the Mercury. Inbound goes to Clark. Clark, baseline dribble, bumped into and fouled by Lexi Held for Phoenix. Clark inbounds, finds Mitchell. Mitchell 3 straight away off the rim, no good. Rebound controlled by Liskins for the Mercury. Yeah, the shot's just not falling for Indiana, now shooting 1 for 9 from the floor. Alyssa Thomas towards her left, handoff to Lexi Held. Second-year player out of DePaul, back into the hands to Thomas. Thomas takes on number 2, Maisha Hines-Allen. First time on the floor, Thomas floats it up and she scores. Up and through, it's good for 2 inside the key. 13 zip run by the Mercury. Caitlin Clark dribbles up to the elbow. Working on Held now at the deep block into the hands to Boston. Slides it off to Mitchell. Mitchell, cross-court feed into the hands to Clark. Clark, spin cycle, taken on Held at the low block. Keeps the dribble live underneath. Lost it though at the baseline out of bounds. It's a turnover. Man, tough possession right there for Caitlin Clark, and it's going to go back to Phoenix. Wow, rocky start right now for the Fever. 4 turnovers to begin tonight. Under 4.5 left to go in the opening quarter. Held into the hands to Thomas. Thomas, handoff, Copper, jumper, deep 2 off the back rim, stood dead. Rebound secured by Boston. Aaliyah Boston pass midcourt here for the Fever. Boston working on Liskins, powers her way inside the mid-block, no good off the glass, pushed off Liskins as well. No call there by the referees as the rebound went back to Thomas for the Mercury. Kalia Copper around the perimeter off the crossover, dribbles up to the free throw circle, up fake, shovels the pass, Thomas, oh nice dive underneath, Liskins finishes through for 2. 15-3 start for Phoenix. Alyssa Thomas, the top playmaker leader in the WNBA, averaging 8.4 assists per game with a tremendous dime there. Boston handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell slides it out to the wing. A deep range 3 off the mark. No good. Missed by Lexi. That's by Sophie Cunningham. First time on the floor tonight for number 8. She's been automatic from the perimeter. 42% from 3 this season. She was erupting for A monstrous game from 3 last week against the Toronto Tempo, but just nothing there. Caitlin Clark's going to head to the bench first time tonight, needing a spark right now as Sophie Cunningham on the floor. First time tonight for Indiana. A struggling start right now for the Fever. So we're under 3.5 left to go in the opening quarter of action. 15-zip run since Alexi Holt 3 to take the lead. 3-0 spin. Mercury with all the points ever since, and a steal. Leah Boston pass midcourt into the hands to Mitchell. They're in the 5.5-minute plus scoring drought. Mitchell bursts the speed. Baseline dribble. Shovels on top. Extra pass made. The ball. It's Hines Allen outside. Teeing up the three. Boston. That's off the mark. No good. And the rebound goes right back to Phoenix. And that was a brick shot right there at the wing by the Fever. It looks like they're out of sorts on the covers as well. That was Raven Johnson, number 3, who missed that shot attempt. Jumper, 15-footer off the back rim. No good. Missed by Dewana Bonner. And Indiana racing up the floor. There was a loose ball foul charged in the Mercury. Underneath the hoop, number 31, Kiara Liskins picks up the personal. Leah Boston going to take a seat on the bench first time tonight. Yikes. Just 3 points so far in this opening quarter. Caitlin Clark, Leah Boston, both on the bench alongside Monique Billings. So right now, 3 players on the bench for the Fever. Fever back with a possession. Mitchell slides across court. Cunningham, rise and fire on a 3. No good off the back rim. Broke it up out of bounds off the Fever. It was Raven Johnson who soared up over the top and took it out of bounds. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This score is not a typo right now. The number 1 offense in the WNBA, Indiana Fever, who averaged 92 points per game tonight, cannot find a bucket, cannot find any sort of shot besides Alexi Holt made 3 off their opening possession. Liskins dumps it off, up fake, jumper, deep, 2, no good off the back rim, missed by the Mercury, tipped off to Liskins in the corner for an offensive rebound. Liskins pulls up from deep and she drills it. It's going to be rolled at 2. Foot was on the 3-point line, 17-3 for the Mercury. Kelsey Mitchell trying to get going. A lot of dribbling around the perimeter here by the Fever. Hand off on the outside. They slide it off to Mitchell. Mitchell, 18-footer straightaway. Skipped around the rim and out. No good. A rebound secured by Phoenix. Nothing can drop for the Fever now, shooting 1 for 14 at 7% from the floor. And the Mercury brick the 3. Liskins out of bounds with it. And we'll go back to Indiana. Yeah, her front right foot was on the 3-point line by Kiara Liskins. 8 for 17 for Phoenix. Indiana 1 for 14 from the floor right now. They had a tough time getting that ball away to Cunningham. Cunningham off a double team around the perimeter. Slides across court. Handoff back to Cunningham. Takes the 3. Airball the 3 out of bounds. And it went off the Fever. 0 offense going on for Indiana. Wow. Indiana is on track to score 12 points in this game if they keep it up. Just incredible defensive display by Phoenix, tagged with poor offensive display and shot selection by Indiana, taking everything away from the hoop and not attacking inside the paint. Missed off the glass too strong by Alexi Held for Phoenix. Rebound went back to the Fever. Final minute left to go in the first quarter. This score's not a tempo. It's 17-3. Fever with just 1 bucket. 3-point shot at the wing. No good. Bricked off the mark by Raven Johnson and couldn't haul in the rebounds with Billings. Back it goes to the Mercury. Mercury take a corner 3. No good. And it goes back to Billings here for the Fever. So we're down to 30 seconds left to go. Up the floor, Mitchell finds Billings around the perimeter. Handoff, Raven Johnson. Raven Johnson attacks the paint. Floater game missed off the rim, no good. Billings tried to save it. Flung it to the wrong player, saving the basketball. Back it goes to the Mercury. Mercury numbers up the floor. 3-on-1. Double clutch layup. They score. Up and in. Off the backboard in transition. Good for two. 19-3 Phoenix. Final possession to close out the opening quarter. Kelsey Mitchell playing iso ball, jacks up the three, swoosh, oh, she drills it! Kelsey Mitchell, trifecta from the perimeter, a big-time shot there. Finally, for Indiana, they snap an 8+ minute scoring drought. 19-6 at the end of the opening quarter of action. Indiana Fever right now on track for just 24 points this entire game. Through one quarter, they've got 6. And the only shots they made were the first shot from 3, off a corner 3 by Lexi Hall, assisted by Kelsey Mitchell, and then Kelsey Mitchell off a step-back contested 3 at the wing right before the buzzer, able to bury it to close out the end of the first quarter and give the Fever some sort of confidence with a made bucket entering quarter number 2. 2 for 18 from the floor by the Fever. 12 of those shot attempts have been 3s, and just 6 have been 2s. You got to take it to the rim if you're the Fever, plus cut down the turnovers, 6 turnovers through one quarter, whereas their opponent, the Phoenix Mercury, with just 2. Phoenix shooting 9 for 20 from the floor. They're 0 for 4 from 3, but they are 9 for 16 from 2. Still a long way left to go in this game, but wow, that was a disastrous start for Indiana. They're lucky that they still got 3 quarters to correct this right now, and gonna have to take it to the paint. Like, they're just tossing up 3s, and they're missing 3s all over the place tonight. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Wow, Connecticut Sun up against the Chicago Sky, 58-39. Atlanta Dream up big at the half over the Toronto Tempo tonight, 59-41. All right, second quarter about to begin here in just a moment. Just a bunch of brick shots by Indiana. Sophie Cunningham, who's usually automatic, a 40+% three-point shooter, cannot connect on their triple so far tonight. Caitlin Clark scoreless through one quarter. Came into this game in their last 5 averaging 26 points per game. And Indiana Fever averaging just under 25 points per game as a team in the opening quarter, limited to just 6. A jumper no good off the back rim, missed by Clark. Offensive rebound hauled in. A quarter 3, Clark again. Oh, she drills it. Caitlin Clark on the board. A bang, a corner triple as she drills it. 19-9, 6-zip run now by the Fever. Wide open in the corner, not attempting the three was Natasha. Mack gave it away. Clark with a steal. Up ahead, got numbers 3-on-2, circling around. Jumper, 15-footer, skipped around the rim and out. Offensive rebound, putting it up, and Billings was fouled. 2 free throws coming up on the line for Monique Billings for the Fever. So now all of a sudden, tables have shifted in this game. We see an energy builder for Indiana. Just getting started tonight with quarter number 2. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be off. I'm going to take off tomorrow night. Probably going to put on the draft when I'm working or so, but I'm planning to be back on a Wednesday night between these two teams once again, Fever and Mercury, for the second game between these two teams on Wednesday night. Both free throws go by Monique Billings. And almost stolen by Cunningham down the far side. Out of bounds with it, though. It's going to stay Phoenix possession. Alyssa Thomas on the floor alongside Natasha Mack, Valiron Ayayi, number 11 also on the floor, alongside Dewana Bonner. Thomas spin cycle on top, finds Ayayi, tees up the three off the rim, no good. A rebound hauled in by Billings. Caitlin Clark pushing tempo here as she sent it down low, but off the fingertips out of bounds off Cunningham. Had the right idea, just not on the same page with one another there. Those turnovers are crushers. That's now 7 turnovers, but a Fever in the backcourt. The Mercury turned it over out of bounds. So back-to-back turnovers right now, and opens up the door for Indiana. Inbound goes to Johnson. Raven Johnson. Around the perimeter. Looking for an open teammates. Caitlin Clark away from the play. Johnson has to dribble up. Sends it cross-court to Clark at the wing. Clark towards her right. 8-zip run with the Fever. Clark dribbles up. Push pass. Wing. 3. Rattles in. It is good. Nyesha Hines-Allen buries the triple. Just like that. An 11-zip run by the Fever. 19-14. Where they were struggling to get buckets, trailing 19-3. Now all of a sudden they are getting buckets and finding their rhythm. Time on the floor taken by the Mercury. 5-point game, under 8.5 left to go before halftime. All right, big response right back by Indiana. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. And yeah, hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here tonight, Mercury or Fever. Right now, the poll heavily going for Indiana tonight, 89-11. It's a massive shot they just made. Huge, huge shot from 3-point range that they just buried. Caitlin Clark, 3 points for her so far tonight off that made 3 to begin this quarter. Lexi Hall had the 3-point shot to open up the game. Kelsey Mitchell with a 3 right before the buzzer to close out the quarter. Monique Billings with a 2, and then Nyesha Hines-Allen just a moment ago able to draw a 3, forcing that critical timeout, the first timeout of the night, charge to Phoenix. So all of a sudden, the tides have flipped in this game. Well, scores going on right now. Connecticut Sun just 2-15, but they're up against the Chicago Sky 61-44. Atlanta Dream at the half, leading the Toronto Tempo 59-41. Nineteen 14 as we come back to action. Mercury with possession going left to right on the floor. Thomas passes to the outside. Held no good over the cylinder. The ball went to Cunningham here for the Fever. Pass midcourt for Indiana. Bounce pass looking for Raven Johnson. Bobbled it, lost it in transition. That's now the 8th turnover of the game. Charged the Fever. Lob down low. Backdoor cutter, and the Mercury scored a 2. Joanna Bonner on the board getting the buckets. 21-14 for Phoenix. And away from the play. Mercury pick up the personal foul. What's good? Sam on the stream. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Inbound back to Indiana. Clark flings it off to the corner. Cunningham. Lob, low block, Maisha Hines-Allen. Handoff Clark. Clark dribbles up to the left elbow. Back out to the perimeter for the timer. Finds Raven Johnson. Soars up. Blocked to the bounds. Denied by Bonner. This is going to stay Fever ball 0.8 on the shot clock. Left for Indiana. So they will have it underneath their hoop. Caitlin Clark, inbound passer, 0.8. And they get it off, and they drew the foul with 0.1. So 2 free throws coming up here. Monique Billings heading to the free throw line. Wow, that's a clever play. Just getting a shot off in time with 0.8 left to go, and Billings was able to lean into contact, draw the shooting foul with 1/10 of a second on the clock. So 2 free throws here coming up by Monique Billings at the line for Indiana. First one left short. Second free throw is good. 21-15. Mercury with possession. Alyssa Thomas at the top of the key. Working on Clark. Dribbles up, drives. And one player falling down with Ayayi. Knocked down away from the play. Personal foul charged to the Fever. That's going to be on Caitlin Clark, her first personal foul tonight. Inbound goes to Copper. Into the hands of Thomas for the Mercury. Fires the pass corner. Handoff to Ayayi. Ayayi shovels it. Deflected up in the air. Runner inside the key is staying alive with the possession, and Thomas scores the 2. 8-point lead right now for Phoenix. Away from the play. Phoenix picks up a personal. Yeah, a couple ticky-tack calls here recently. Phoenix going to have a substitution. Foul was on number 4, Natasha Mack, so she will take a seat on the bench. Number 31, Kiara Linskins comes in. Inbound goes to Clark, launching from deep range. Oh, she's got it. Bullseye. Caitlin Clark able to dial it up in a 30-footer. 5-point game right now. 5th made 3 as a team for the Fever. Loose ball inside the key. And able to get it out just in time before a tie-up possession. Jump ball at the wing, and they got the triple. That is huge right there for Phoenix. DeWanna Bonner wide open, took the three, and she nailed it. Right back, another three, buried by Caitlin Clark. Big time. Quick up the floor. In a flash for Caitlin Clark, back to a 5-point game. 9 points just like that. 3 for 6 from the perimeter. Kick out, corner 3 from the Mercury. Around the rim and out. Rebound ripped away by Boston. Flying over to Clark. And Clark able to keep it alive in the backcourt. Clark pulls up. Ridiculous shot. Almost hit it. Off the front rim. Putbacks there. Good for 2 by Raven Johnson. Caitlin Clark just pulled up from 40 feet deep. And the lob goes out of bounds. Turnover by Phoenix. Indiana starting to connect here. Wow, just insane. Caitlin Clark, 2 30-footers, and then pulls the trigger in a 40-footer from the previous one. Missed off the rim short, but right place, right time. Raven Johnson able to score the putback in the previous possession. Clark brings it up past the midcourt logo. Caitlin Clark at the top of the key. Bounce pass into the hands to Boston. Top of the key, Aaliyah Boston towards her right. Clark getting hot. 3 made threes. Clark bounce pass and broke it up. Or actually, yeah, got broken up off the shoe out of bounds. So kickball violation off Phoenix. They're down to 5:36 left to go before halftime. Clark, the inbound passer, gets the way off the Boston. Aaliyah Boston towards her left, hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell dribbles, drives right down the lane inside, no good. Looking for the foul call, couldn't get it though. Back it goes to the Mercury. Up by 3 for Phoenix. Kalia Copper slides it off to Thomas. Thomas floats up the runner. Thomas off the back rim twice, no good. A rebound hauled in by Boston. Pushing tempo for Kelsey Mitchell, finds Clark towards her right off the dribble. Back outside, crossover, dribbles up, runner inside the key. Clark off the back rim, bounces in, good for 2 more. 1-point game right now. 26-25 with another 5 minutes left to go before halftime. 11 points all this quarter scored by Caitlin Clark. Mercury with possession. Broshawn, bounce pass, jumper. Thomas drills the 2. Went up into a little bit of an awkward jump shot motion right there, but able to get it. Off a 15-foot J. Lob down low, finding Boston as Caitlin Clark records the assist. Great connection right there between Clark off the entry pass, finding Aaliyah Boston slipping beyond the defense. Thomas, handoff. Broshawn back into the hands to Thomas at the elbow. Handoff. Copper, step back 3. Copper, that's pure. Buries the 3. 4-point lead for Phoenix. That was a big response right back by the Mercury. Caitlin Clark at the top, taking on Broshawn. Clark slides it off to Mitchell. Mitchell, 12 at the timer, finds Clark. Caitlin Clark, guarded by Broshawn here, and stripped and fouled. Clock will stop with 3:56 left to go. Wow, what a game we got here. Caitlin Clark taking over the second quarter. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And hoping to be back live on Wednesday night as well, covering the same 2 teams, the Fever and the Mercury. First free throw good, so Clark's at the free throw line shooting 2. $12 points right now by Caitlin Clark all in this second quarter. Second free throw right down the middle. 31-29. Caitlin Clark midway to her 5-game average, averaging 26 points per game in her previous 5 games. And that's going to be on Clark. Wow, that's another just questionable call going against Caitlin Clark. So that's now 2 personal fouls charged to Caitlin Clark. Looked like quite a bit of a flop there by Kalia Copper on the offensive side, but able to get the foul call called on Clark. And anyway, Clark gets the rebounds. 2-point game. Caitlin Clark brings up the floor, finds Mitchell, comes off the screen, takes the 3, no good off the mark. Liskins secures the defensive board. Mercury with possession. Noemi Broshawn shovels out to Liskins. Into the hands to Bonner. DeWanna Bonner at the wing. Lob finds Liskins. Baseline. Cross-court pass broken up. Intercepted by Aaliyah Boston with a steal. Here goes the Fever. Clark pass midcourt. Skip pass. Corner. Three. And Mitchell buries the triple. Bang. A bang. A bang. Kelsey Mitchell lets it rain. The Fever take the lead. 32-31. Under 3 minutes left to go before halftime. A jumper. No good. Left off the rim. Short. Missed off the mark by Copper. Rebound went to Clark. Caitlin Clark at the top. Clark taking on one defender. Working on Broshawn. Create space. Turnaround jumper. Caitlin Clark. Oh, she drills it. 34-31. Indiana Fever right now in a groove, and a timeout taken on the floor by Phoenix. Caitlin Clark in the zone. Aaliyah Boston with a tremendous steal, and that led to the Caitlin Clark assist to a corner made three by Kelsey Mitchell. Then Clark, on the next possession, able to create space off the dribble, go into a turnaround, get in a turnaround midi off the J and score it. 15 points in 14 minutes by Clark, who is scoreless in the opening quarter, has now scored all 15 points in the second. 5 for 10 shooting, heating up from 3 for 7 from the perimeter. She made back-to-back threes on 30-footers. And just insane right now, able to take over this game for Caitlin Clark. 6 points now by Kelsey Mitchell with 2 corner threes. Monique Billings with 3. Maisha Hines-Allen with 3. Aaliyah Boston just with 2 tonight. She does have 4 rebounds. Billings has 9 boards so far, and the Fever lead the rebound battle 20-12. The Fever shot the ball 2 for 18 at the end of the first quarter. All of a sudden, they're 11 for 33 shooting. Fever have shot 9 for 15 in the second quarter. Phoenix Mercury led by Alyssa Thomas, 11 points, 5 assists tonight. Kalia Copper limited to 5, and she is the key player for Phoenix, leading scorer, averaging 19 points per game. Clark, 3 assists tonight for Caitlin Clark, 15 points all poured in the quarter, just big time. What she's done tonight, just completely taken over this game. The Fever leading by 3, despite shooting 33% as a team from the floor. They are just, their 3-point shots starting to drop, and they are outnumbering the Mercury by 5, and 3 is greater. 7 for 20 from the perimeter by the Fever. The Mercury just 2 for 9 tonight. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe right now on the timeout. What a quarter for the Fever. 28-12 second quarter advantage for Indiana. Just needed to wake up in this game, and they finally got it. Caitlin Clark getting her team pumped up. Best player on the floor tonight. 15 points in 14 minutes. Feeling it on their home floor as we get back to action. 2:42 left to go before halftime. Phoenix Mercury with possession. Lexi held. Sends it out to the free throw circle. Bonner. Spin cycle. Thomas inside the key. High off glass. Too strong. A rebound. Went to Hull for Indiana. Caitlin Clark on the floor alongside Lexi Hall, Monique Billings, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. Boston at the wing. Cross court connects with Clark. Clark launches the 3 off the rim. Short tipped around as Hull got clobbered. And an over-the-back violation on Lexi Hall, according to the officials. She wants a clarification about that call. She got absolutely clobbered going up for the rebound. It's a box out by Copper, and then Lexi Hall just completely got taken out. by Dewana Bonner. Wow, that's another tough call going against Indiana tonight. Got some substitutions about to check into this game. Maisha Hines-Allen, number 2, first time on the floor. Or, she'll... Actually, no, she's going to check out. She was in earlier in this game, beg my pardon, but she's going to check out right now, it looks like. Yeah, right now it's Clark, Cunningham, Hall, Mitchell on the floor. There's one other, and I'm not sure what was said, but there was a technical foul. Assessed to Indiana. The Mercury make the technical free throw, plus they get the basketball back. Oh, too many players on the floor for Indiana. Yeah, that's not a good technical when you have too many players on the floor. Careless mistake right there for the Fever, and the Mercury take the lead right back. Corner 3 goes down by Kalia Copper. 35-34, 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Caitlin Clark, bounce pass, Mitchell, accelerates to the rim. Mitchell, no good, drew the shooting foul. 2 shots coming up on the line for Kelsey Mitchell. Hey, what's good, Bradley? Welcome in. Hope all is well, man. This has been quite the game tonight. If you're just joining in, the Indiana Fever trail 19-3 in the first quarter. They had an 8+ minute scoring drought. They couldn't make a bucket to save their lives. They shot 2 for 18 in the opening quarter. Lexi Hall made a 3 on the opening possession. They led 3-0. And then after that, they went on to miss 16 straight shots in a row. And then Kelsey Mitchell buried a 3 right before the buzzer to close out the first quarter. Splitting the free throws to the line there for Kelsey Mitchell. 35-35. Lexi held number 10. Working on Clark. Off the pivot. Scores off glass for 2. Lead goes back to Phoenix. Sophie Cunningham. Into the hands to Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell, 1-on-1. Dribbles inside the key. Mitchell. Handoff. A jumper. Mid-range. And they will not count that. As Lexi Hall was the one who put up the shot. Reach and foul charge to Phoenix. So the Fever in the bonus. First shot's good. So Kelsey Mitchell buries the first free throw. Second one's good. Just above 1 minute left to go before half. Kalia Copper, lob over to Thomas. Into the hands to Lexi Held. At the top, dribbles up inside the key. A follow-away shot over Hall, and she drills it. It's been a really good game. 39-37, quick up the floor. Thomas attacks inside the paint, right to the rim. She scores, up and it off the backboard. 39 even. Kelsey Mitchell starting to get going right now for the Fever. Bounce pass, attacking the rim. It is good. Copper scores the 2. We'll see if the Fever are able to record a bucket right back. Caitlin Clark at the wing. Sends it off to Mitchell behind the back pass. Oh, that was sweet. Baseline dribble, keeping her feet in the court of play. Bumped into and foul. Lexi Hall going to have 2 free throws coming up. Wow, that was a sweet behind the back pass there. That was not by Caitlin Clark. That was Kelsey Mitchell cutting to the hoop. Off a feed by Clark. Went behind her back and whipped it. Off to Lexi Hall, who went baseline off the dribble and drew the foul. So in the bonus to shoot 2 here is Hall. And the first one she makes. That's just some high-level stuff there. That pass, no eyes behind the back. Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, that's a Caitlin Clark pass all day long. For a player like Mitchell to make that, that is incredible. Second free throw is good. 30 seconds left to go. We're tied up at 41. Alyssa Thomas driving a Clark inside the key. A chest bump to get her out of the way. Missed the layup. Poke loose of the bounds. It went off the Mercury. It's going to be Fever ball. Shot clock turned off, too. It's going to allow Indiana to have the final shot before halftime. Inbound goes to Caitlin Clark. Pass midcourt for Clark. Taking on one defender with it. Noemi Brochon. Clark towards the right off the screen. Sends it off to Mitchell. A nice pass in the middle. Boston kick out. Quarter 3 at the buzzer. Couldn't make it. Had the right idea inside to outside, but Sophie Cunningham unable to connect in the 3, and she is picked off that she missed it. Nevertheless, look at the score right now. It was not looking good for the Fever at one point. They were down by 16 points, and all of a sudden it is tied up going into halftime. 41-41 at the half. They got outscored 19-6 in the first quarter. A 35-22 second quarter swing for the Fever. And this offense is cooking. There's been a couple of questionable calls going against Caitlin Clark there. Yeah, she looks like she's really mad right now. During her interview, she's got 2 fouls that's gone against her that really did not look like much at all. But nevertheless, she was amazing in the third quarter. Caitlin Clark went off in the third quarter. 15 points, all scored in the third in 16 minutes. Just an incredible start to this game. Both of these teams are going like back and forth, where it was baskets all the time. Gamer, welcome in. Yeah, it's the draft is tomorrow night. I'm gonna take off tomorrow night, so I'm not gonna go live for the draft. I'm probably gonna listen to it for a little bit tomorrow, but it's usually like a super long night. Like it goes to usually like midnight every single year. I'm gonna be back live on Wednesday covering both of these teams once again. Wow, that's terrible. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff happening because of the World Cup games. There was like massive. They had a massive crowd. I think it's whenever Cape Verde plays. They had a massive crowd in Brockton at the dollar store, the Family Dollar. That was a couple of days ago when Cape Verde played. They had a huge crowd outside, and then they had a huge crowd yesterday that they had to break up large groups of people. Yeah, yesterday at the same spot, a Family Dollar in Brockton. Yes, Scotland's going to Miami now. So, yeah, Scotland completely took over, like Boston and Gillette Stadium. Like Tartan Army completely took over, and now they're traveling to Miami. Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting there. Really like best of luck to Dusty May on that coaching hire for Dallas. I think it's a little bit too early. Like what a rise for a guy who had been coaching a couple years ago, Florida Atlantic to Michigan, and then to the Mavs. Like a quick jump like that. Like I thought they'd probably go after like an NBA assistant, but that's a huge step up for like a jump that far up for him. But yeah, I hope he does really well. Caitlin Clark 15, Kelsey Mitchell has 11 going into half. Yeah, they had a really slow start and all of a sudden got their wheels going in the right direction. Sophie Cunningham, tough start tonight, 0 for 4 from 3, no points so far for her. But if she's cooking, then she's going to become the X factor in this game. Yeah, they've been struggling defensively this year for Indiana. I think it's going to be Celtics. Yeah, Celtics give Giannis the most realistic shot to win a championship. Like, there'd be a bunch of players for the Heat involved in the deal, but there's not much there for Miami to, like, compete for a championship. Basically, Giannis with Bam Adebayo and then a bunch of younger guys that he would be playing with. Yeah, college basketball report that um, put out from earlier today. Dusty May just left Michigan to go to the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, I agree. I was just talking about it, like a huge step up there. Like college basketball report put out on Twitter. I don't think I've seen a coaching change this sudden and big ever in college basketball. Yeah, just I mean that's a huge step up. Florida Atlantic, a couple of years ago, Final Four to Michigan National Championship, and then Dallas Mavericks. So many like fake accounts too over on social media that there's stuff all over the place about Giannis trade rumors. Like it's all over. Wow, the odds right now for the Giannis sweepstakes have Celtics all-time high looks like 62%, 32% for the Heat. Wow. Connecticut Sun up 81-52 against the Chicago Sky. Atlanta Dream looking really good this year. 81-65 Dream over the Tempo. Yeah, that's too bad. I'm not too far away from their arena. It's like an hour 15 from where I am. That's too bad. It's a really nice arena, so it's in a casino. That really just takes a hit for that casino since they're not won't be hosting games. So it's basically just like concerts and events that they're doing in there. So it's not going to be like much that they're going to have attendance for like events in that arena. It's going to sit dormant for a large chunk of the year. Yeah, hopefully Boston can get a WNBA team soon because losing Connecticut is a huge crusher. It's that area is like tough for attendance. It sits in the part of the state. It's like the southeastern part of Connecticut. There's like not many people in that area in particular. So it's away from Hartford, which is in central Connecticut, and then like around a half an hour north of Hartford, Springfield, Mass, which is a very densely populated area in that area. But yeah, kind of towards that southeastern part of Connecticut. That's like a women's basketball like hub out there though, because it's not too far away from Yukon, which I think is like around like a half an hour south of Yukon, for where they're located. Because Mohegan Sun is out in Unkersville. Yeah, they got two casinos pretty close to one another, Mohegan Sun and then Foxwoods. Mohegan Sun is where they play, and then that's south of Yukon and Stores. And then Yukon sits east of Hartford, but it's kind of in a tough area. It's all towns out there, and it's kind of like a tough drive to get there from like cities. Like the bigger cities are like New Haven, Bridgeport, Stanford, Fairfield. Those are out towards like heading towards New York City, like the southwestern part where it's in the southeastern side. It's basically like New London is the big area out there. Still a little bit of a way. New London, Groton. Yeah, it's north of New London, Norwich. It's basically just outside of Norwich where it is. Yeah, and then you go to the north of that area. It's all like woods and towns. And it sits like an hour outside of Providence, like 45 minutes outside Hartford. So it's not in a major hub, like a major city where they're playing in. Yeah, it's really too bad because they get so much history with women's basketball, UConn, women's hoops, Gino Ariema. Yeah, as long as Caitlin Clark's playing for the Fever, losing fans should not be happening. I saw the ticket prices are, I think, at like $11 for this game tonight. There was a lot of empty seats in the arena right before tip off. Yeah, some of these other places that they're playing out on the road, like the game against Toronto, lowest price is $111. $53 at Portland. When they play at Phoenix next month, the lowest ticket price $50. Las Vegas $80. Lowest ticket. At Chicago, lowest price 71. Wow, lowest price 141. August 23rd, a 7 p.m. game against Chicago, which is not good. Yeah, they are not good. They're 4-11. All right, we get back to action. Fever left to right on the floors. They have possession. Billings push pass, quarter three. Leah Boston cans the triple. What a start for the Fever to begin this third quarter. That's just a pure stroke there from the corner by Aaliyah Boston. Opening possession now for the Phoenix Mercury. Alyssa Thomas, lob inside, finds Mac. Mac held on to, and she lost it out of bounds. Yeah, no call there by the refs. Alyssa Mack just completely lost it and turned it over. So back to the Fever it goes. Kelsey Mitchell, dribble drive, attacks the paint, right to the rim. She scores, up and in with a left-hand layup. Largest lead of the night here for the Fever, up by 5. So we're down to under 9 minutes left to go in the third, just starting off this third quarter. Feld into the hands to Thomas. Handoff. Copper. 3. Left short off the rim. A rebound goes to Mitchell. Fever with possession. Clark up the floor. Finding her teammate from the corner. Right down the net. Buries the 3. It is Lexi Hall right on point right there. Able to nail the triple. They're going to play right through this right now for the Phoenix Mercury. 8-zip run with the Fever in the first minute to start off the third quarter. Lexi Feld sends it off to a cutter. Backdoor, the layup is made by Copper. Yeah, a lot of open real estate to work there off of that backdoor cutter for the Mercury. Caitlin Clark slows down tempo. Got their team up by 6 right now. Clark at the left wing. Towards her right off the dribble. Sends it cross court. Connects with Mitchell. Bounce pass. Hall down low. Boston grinding it out. Boston bouncing bodies. Drew the foul. She was working on Alyssa Thomas down low. And Aaliyah Boston going to find her stroke here at the free throw line to have 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Boston. Yeah, it's in a tough spot for Connecticut. Like Hartford, it's out in central Connecticut, but that area is tough because it's away from New York City. It's away from Boston. So it's not bringing in like tons of people out in that area. Whereas Boston is like centrally located to like everybody, like Portland, Maine, Manchester, New Hampshire. Concord, New Hampshire, Springfield, like everybody comes to that area. Providence. Actually, the difficult because I'm from southeast Mass, so like there's some big cities out towards that area, New Bedford, Fall River, um, even Providence, Rhode Island. The best way to get to Hartford is all back roads. Like there's no singular highway taking you from Providence to Hartford. It's Route 6, but a lot of that is basically like back roads, country roads, like 40-mile-per-hour zones going through eastern Connecticut to get to the central portion. Missed shot by the Mercury goes right back over to the Fever. Jumper, straightaway three. Clark left it short. Long rebound secured by Nohemi Broshon for the Mercury. Broshon at the free throw circle. Sends it on top. Thomas back into the hands of Broshon. Flung down low. Finds Thomas. Thomas one dribble. Puts it up and scores up and off the window. 6-point game with under 7 minutes left to go in the third. Clark attacks inside the paint off the double team. Caitlin Clark, nice up fake, scores the two. Up in their scoring total tonight for Caitlin Clark. 17 points now for Clark on 6 for 13 shooting. Alyssa Thomas, handoff inside the key, miss runner by Broshon, tipped out to the corner. Corner three, no good off the back rim. Offensive rebound goes back to Mack. Jumper at the wing, no good again, missed off the back heel by Copper. Rebound went to Boston. 8-point lead, looking for their first double-digit lead of the night here for the Fever. Caitlin Clark at the top, taking on one defender, working on Thomas. Clark back out to the perimeter. 9 in the timer. Finds her teammate right to the rim, cutting through the defense and scoring. Monique Billings scores the two, a largest lead of the night for the Fever. 55-45, timeout on the court taken by Phoenix. .608 left to go in the third. And the Indiana Fever are starting to take over this game right now. 14-4, third quarter start. As they dominate the second quarter, now starting to dominate the third. Yeah, that was their third win of the season tonight for Connecticut. Connecticut Sun, wow, huge win. They're just 3-15. They beat the Chicago Sky 92-63. Atlanta Dream up against the Toronto Tempo 87-68. Wow, he's on Indianapolis Clowns for the Banana Ball League. Wow. Yeah, I did not know that, Jeffrey. Yeah, so that Hartford's very tough to get to for a lot of people because there's not like major highways from some areas to get there. There's a couple different highways that actually go through there. There's 84 and 91. There's also Route 2 that takes you there. And then, yeah, okay, 91's the major highway, but that 91 eventually connects to the Mass Pike. But, yeah, if you're from, like, Providence, Rhode Island, southeastern Mass, Cape Cod, the way to get to Hartford all the way is taking Route 6, which is like a 45-mile-per-hour road with stoplights for like a 2-hour-plus drive. Yeah, the Boston area is Mass Pike to 84. Yeah, it's a ton of traffic. There's a bunch of stoplights. I went on a college visit at Eastern Connecticut State in Willimantic, and I hit like a bunch of stoplights to get there. Come back to action. 10-point lead for the Fever. Lexi held number 10 into the hands of Thomas. Moves it off to Copper in the corner. Baseline dribble. Copper goes up and drew the foul. It's on Lexi Hall. And 2 free throws coming up here at the line for the Mercury with Copper. Yeah, they've got a minor league team there. A couple minor league teams up in northern New England. Manchester, New Hampshire's got a minor league team. The Fisher Cats, and then Portland Sea Dogs. I went to Portland Sea Dogs, I think like 6-7 years ago or so, and caught a game there. Really nice field. It's like a smaller Fenway, Hadlock Field. It's got all the main features like the Oakhurst logo that they have for milk. They got train tracks behind their green monster. Caitlin Clark flings it down low to the cutter, right to the hoop, scored a bucket in the foul, and one covered up at the free throw line. Man, what a dime right there by Caitlin Clark finding Monique Billings, cutting to the hoop, goes right over Lexi Held, drew the contact in the foul. Free throw is good. Everybody started making impact on the floor alongside Caitlin Clark tonight. Man, she just makes everybody just play better, winning the flow of the offense. 18.7 assists tonight by Clark. Kelsey Mitchell with 13. 7 points now by Billings with 9 rebounds. 7.6 rebounds by Aaliyah Boston. 8 by Lexi Hall. Yeah, when I was a kid, I went to like hundreds of Paw Sox games growing up. That was sad. Yeah, they went to Worcester. Billings inside the key scores the teardrop. Caitlin Clark just keeps on padding the stat sheet. 8th assist of the night by Clark. 10 points now for Monique Billings. 5 minutes left to go in the third. 14-point lead for the Fever. Missed 3 off the back room. No good by Phoenix. A rebound went to Clark. Racing up the floor. Caitlin Clark at the right wing. Dribbles up inside. Clark high off the window. Scores the 2. Everything clicking here for the Fever. Mercury down to 2 timeouts will not burn one. 21-8 run by Indiana in this third quarter. Wide open 3 and they drill one there. And that is good by Noemi Brochon for the Mercury. Both of these teams will play once again against each other on Wednesday. I'll be back live Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Sophie Cunningham, gonna see if she can create a spark off the bench. She will check in. Cunningham yet to score tonight. No points in 12 minutes, 0 for 4 shooting. She was amazing. I covered a game last week against the Toronto Tempo. She was amazing in that game and went off from 3-point range. Thomas lobs it, catches it, couldn't finish it. No good off the mark. And an over-the-back violation as well. Charged the Kiara Liskins of the Mercury. So all around, tough possession there for Phoenix. Yeah, you got to finish that layup there. And she blew the layup, plus she picked up the foul. 13-point lead. Kelsey Mitchell from distance. Mitchell will not get credit for the three. Going to be an offensive foul. An illegal screen sent to Billings, who picks up the personal. Yeah, push Kalia Copper out of the way, trying to free up Kelsey Mitchell on the made three, but taken off the board. Thomas. Lob down low and ripped away off the block there by the Fever. It's Kalia. It was number 24, Dewana Bonner, had it blocked. Clark moves it off to the corner. Cunningham back outside into the hands of Clark. Kick out, corner three. Looking for Sophie Cunningham to get on the board as she moves it off to the baseline. Back out on top, Mitchell for the shot clock. Mitchell attacks inside the paint. No good, missed the shot. Tipped off the glass. Rebound goes to Copper for Phoenix. Kalia Copper races up the floor as she is pressured by Kelsey Mitchell. Copper attacking downhill to the cup. Flings one up, draws the foul. And 2 free throws coming up in the line here for Kalia Copper. Kalia Copper leading the team tonight. She makes the first free throw. She's got 14. Oh, wow, that's awesome. That's an NBC game coming up on Sunday. That's great. One of the teams that I do the broadcast for baseball, yeah, UMass Dartmouth, their assistant coach. Here's a throwback name. He used to play for the Red Sox. He was like top prospect in the minor leagues at before the Red Sox. Ryan Westmoreland. So he's the assistant baseball coach over at UMass Dartmouth. Mercury down by 12 with possession. Outside off the Liskins. Liskins pulls up from deep. Missed off the back rim. No good. A rebound went to Cunningham. Cross-court feed. Catch and fire three. Aaliyah Boston off the back rim. Battle for the rebound. Billings had it, ripped it away. And the Mercury race up the floor with possession. Valeron Ayahi, number 11. Outside Thomas, moves it off to the corner. Liskins finds Ayahi. No good on the pull-up. A rebound controlled by Boston. Aaliyah Boston tonight, 7-7 for points and rebounds. Billings leads the way with 9 rebounds for Indiana. Timeout on the floor. Indiana will burn one here, up by 12. 62-50 with 2:12 left to go in the third. All right, if you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe right now. We're on the timeouts. Caitlin Clark showing up big time in this game. 19 points. She had 15 points in 16 minutes going into halftime. And all those 15 points scored in the second quarter. She had nothing in the first quarter. Her team just had 6 points in the first quarter. So if you're just joining in, they were trailing 19-6 at one point to begin. And then all of a sudden, they stockpiled the points. They have outscored the Mercury 56-31 in the second and third quarters. Yeah, I think I remember that. Wow. That's from the fan voting. Caitlin Clark got 5th place out of the fan voting. Kind of shocked by that she's not the most popular vote And Kelsey Mitchell finished in third in the All-Star fan voting. Well, that must be because a lot of fans must have not realized that there's like fan voting out there, like when the fan voting was or so. So the WNBA did not do a good job to inform their viewers and their audience about the fan voting because Caitlin Clark got the 5th most votes via the fan vote. Kelsey Mitchell just scored 2 more. Jumper from deep, left off the rim short. Rebound back to Indiana, racing up the floor. Jumper mid-range and rattles in. It is good on a 2 off the midi by Raven Johnson. Liskins pulls up from deep. That is well off the mark on a 3. Rebound went to Johnson. I gotta get the clock moving once again. Minute 10 left to go to close out, or just over a minute 10 left to play. Minute 12. Inbound to Boston. Into the hands to Mitchell right now. Clark on the bench currently. Mitchell pulls up from deep. Swoosh! Kelsey Mitchell lets it rain off a deep 2J. Up by 18 for the Fever. They trailed at one point by 16 in the opening quarter. It was 19-3 at one point in the first quarter. They couldn't buy a bucket. Red hot ever since. Lexi Feld. Fouled. 45.8 seconds left. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Also planning to be live on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Next game between these two teams once again, Mercury and Fever. Yeah, just wrapped up the finals just over a week plus ago, so trying to do some more Caitlin Clark WNBA live streams in the offseason, seeing if I can grow a audience base here for the offseason, covering some Indiana Fever games. Attacking inside the paint off the dribble drive. They lost it, turnover. The Mercury turned it over, and Indiana Fever up by 18, looking to add to a Mitchell. Rainbow 3, drills the triple. 71-50. Fever heating up in a big way right now. Kelsey Mitchell, 20 points, 9 this quarter. Lexi Feld. Lobs on top to Natasha Mack. Mack looking for an open teammates. Into the hands to Valeron Ayayi, number 11. Fires the bullet down low. Mack scores up and it off the window. Final seconds left to go to close out the third quarter. Heaving a shot from deep. Boston at the buzzer. No good off the glass. And at the end of the third, it is all Fever. 71-52 for Indiana tonight. They outscored the Mercury 30-11 in the third quarter. Caitlin Clark racking up the dimes in that quarter. 8 total assists now. Only 2 turnovers tonight. 19 points by Clark on 7 for 14 from the floor, plus 13 in the court. Monique Billings, plus 20 on the floor, has 10 points, 9 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell, big-time game for her. She's got 20 points, leading all scorers tonight in this game. Wow, absolute groove they're in right now. Yeah, thanks for joining in, Sam. Appreciate it, man. Pretty good audience, too, for this game tonight. We got, like, a lot of good viewership early on as well. That's pretty good. Like, obviously, the number's not going to be like the NBA playoff streams because I'm just getting started with the WNBA coverage. But, yeah, it's pretty solid that we get some people tuning in here for these games because this is only my second WNBA stream that I've done this season since like the NBA wrapped up a little bit, like a week and a half ago or so. Wow, so many rumors coming out about Giannis and the Celtics. Nothing yet about anything, but it's probably going to be like tomorrow. It's going to happen. I bet you like tomorrow at like 10 a.m. we're going to hear about the Giannis news and where he goes. Looking like it's going to be the Celtics because if he goes to the Heat, not sure if he's going to be contending for championships over there because it's basically him and Bam Adebayo, but not really much after that on the roster because they're going to have to give away a bunch of guys for Miami, whereas basically straight up Jaylen Brown for Giannis, plus I think I've seen a couple draft picks included in that the Celtics would have to give up. I saw on a couple of rumors where Hugo Gonzalez, that's a big loss for the future if the Celtics do that because he could be a really good piece in the future. He was locking down guys in the playoffs defensively. Just gotta sharpen up his offensive game and keep on building his skill set. But I think he's like 18 years old for him, and defensively, what he did in during that playoff against the Sixers when he came in for those minutes. I mean, that's a good spark plug for the future. 71-52. We get back to action. Couple missed shots by the Mercury as the Fever have possession. Handoff at the top. Raven Johnson slides it off to Caitlin Clark. Clark, step back three, a 30-footer off the back rim, no good. Tipped over to the Mercury for the board by Dewana Bonner. Entry pass down low, held up and fouled. Was Ayayi. Defense has been really good for the Fever in the second half. Dumped the Mercury for just 11 points in the third quarter. And another foul charged to the Mercury. It's going to be on Raven Johnson, who picks up the reach and foul. Yeah, that's now 3 fouls in the first minute plus in the fourth quarter. Alyssa Thomas backing her way down. Inside the key, Thomas floats with a shot, gutted a drop. And that was over Maisha Hines-Allen. She cuts the deficit down to 17. Thomas tonight with 15. Clark, jumper to elbow. Caitlin Clark buries it. 2 more tonight out of Clark. And she's got another 20-point game, her 6th straight 20-plus point contest. 21 on 8 for 16 shooting and a steal. Up the floor, here goes Raven Johnson circling around outside Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham Moves it off to Johnson. Bounce pass, corner three. Cunningham, no good. Around the rim and out. Rebound. Back to the Mercury. She's got the looks tonight, just hasn't been able to knock them down. Got a little bit of physicality ramping up here with players getting things chippy with one another. Joanna Bonner having some words right now on the floor against the Fever. But her team struggling down by 19 in this fourth quarter. Yeah, right now Indiana's got 3 fouls. That has been up to 4. So Fever just charged with a personal foul. Kaylin Clark down low. Joanna Bonner was posting up on her Clark. Jostling. But Joanna Bonner ripped her down off the arm. And I think this is being looked at right now at the monitor in this foul charge to Kaylin Clark. Yeah, Kaylin Clark personal foul. And then there was a double technical assessed to both Alyssa Thomas and Maisha Hines-Allen at the back end of that play. There's some stuff getting sorted out right now, and things getting really chippy here right now. Some words being exchanged by Joanna Bonner with some pointing going on here as well. And she has to get separated by the referees. In a 19-point game in the final quarter. Sophie Cunningham as well had to get separated. Wow, got some chippiness with some beef here. Gotta love the emotion of these women out here. Wow. Joanna Bonner, some pointing going around, some words being displayed to Sophie Cunningham about something her and Valerana Yahi and Bonner had to get separated out of there. Cunningham is pointing right back to Bonner. Wow. And already before this, there was a double technical assist to Alyssa Thomas and Maisha Hines-Allen. And now this. So this is all going to have to get sorted out the monitor. This could take some time, potentially, because there's a lot of fouls to go over. Kaylin Clark had an initial foul off holding up Joanna Bonner down low off a post position play, trying to post up for Bonner down low. Now, Clark picked up her 4th personal foul just a moment ago. And then after that, things got just completely chippy from there on out. And this is all going to have to get sorted out with all these personal fouls in the last moment or so. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Wow. Hey, what's good? Ronald on the stream. Welcome in. All right, so Dewana Bonner is at the free throw line, and she has a free throw. She missed the technical free throw. Whole crowd goes wild. Well, a lot went on, and this is what happened. So Caitlin Clark personal foul, holding up Dewana Bonner off a post up. Double technical assessed to Alyssa Thomas, Maisha Hines Allen, and Caitlin Clark got assessed the technical. Dewana Bonner, Sophie Cunningham going at it, assessed the technical, and Dewana Bonner just missed the technical free throw. And Phoenix has the possession, coming back from the timeout. Down by 19 off the Euro step. Things gonna chippy again between these players. Got more free throws coming up. They're in the bonus now for Phoenix. Number 2 of Indiana, the guilty party, who picks up the personal foul. Maisha Hines Allen getting fiery right now. And Maisha Hines Allen is going underneath the tunnel. Yeah, she might have just got tossed from this game. Technical foul. Her second technical. Maisha Hines Allen is done for this game. Just got ejected. Wow, she was so fiery. Her whole eyelids just opened up. Maisha Hines Allen, 2 technical fouls is done tonight. She was going right after a Yai of the Phoenix Mercury as she fouled Alyssa Thomas. First shot, good at the line by Thomas. Second free throw got the bounce. 16-point game. If you're the Fever, you're just going to finish off this game right now. Just going to finish off this game because it's getting out of control. You got fouls all over the place. And the crazy part about it is that these two teams aren't done with one another. The chippiness between Indiana and Phoenix, they're going to play each other once again on Wednesday. I'll be back live on Wednesday night for these two teams once again. Top of the key. Bounce pass goes to Clark. Runner, 14-footer around the rim and out to rebound. Hauled in by Bonner. Up the floor connects with Copper. Clea Copper. At the deep baseline, takes on Caitlin Clark, playing with those 4 personal fouls. Bounce pass underneath, tried to thread the needle out of bounds. Went off of Cunningham, though. There's a foul, according to the referees on the Fever. Wow, Sophie Cunningham signaling challenge. She thought clearly. It did not look like there was any foul around the remote area, so we'll see if the Fever do elect to challenge this. Wow, where's the foul? That's just cleanly out of bounds by Sophie Cunningham, and she broke it up out of bounds. Where's the foul call between that? We're going to head to a timeout. Stephanie White, her reaction, cannot believe it, over the sideline. 7:20 left to go. Fever take the timeout. Sophie Cunningham picked up a foul, reaching in off a bounce pass, which clearly did not look like a foul at all. Yeah, nothing yet about Giannis. I think it's going to be tomorrow morning when the news breaks. Would not shock me if it happens overnight. I mean, that's the worst. If you're a journalist like Shams, that you have to just keep on staying up tonight on draft night and it happens at like 3 a.m., that would be terrible. That's when the Luca trade and AD happened was overnight, like past midnight. Yeah, really good audience for this stream tonight. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We get back to action. 16-point game. Phoenix Mercury off the inbound, and they score up and in off the window. Making it interesting right now. 73-59. Just above 7 minutes left to go in regulation. Caitlin Clark on the floor alongside Aaliyah Boston, Monique Billings, Kelsey Mitchell, and Sophie Cunningham. Clark at the top of the key. Pocket pass finds Billings rolling to the hoop. No good. Blocked from behind. Not clean though as she was fouled. 2 free throws coming up the line, but a fever with Billings. That's going to be on Dewana Bonner, who picked up the personal. Got some deep foul trouble in this game. Looks like this. Caitlin Clark playing with those 4 personal fouls. Maisha Hines-Allen got ejected. Double technical, which was unfortunate for her because she had just 1 foul in this entire game for Hines-Allen. Got ejected a couple minutes ago. Lexi held with 4 personal fouls for the Mercury. 3 personal fouls by Kiara Linskins for Phoenix. And Billings splits the free throws. Yeah, I thought it was completely a joke when I first woke up and saw that. 11 by Monique Billings. Corner 3, no good. Missed off the mark by Copper. Tipped to the bounds off the Mercury. Kelsey Mitchell. Cambridge Fieldhouse logo at the wing. It takes the 3, and Mitchell no good off the mark. Tipped up in the air. Battle for the rebound. Long rebound. Hauled by Phoenix. Racing up the floor. Attacking the rim, and they score. Up and in off the window, and Mitchell is down. That is not a good sign. Oh, no. And Mitchell took a shot, looked like to the... She took a shot to the chin. That's not good. She is such an elite bucket getter. Ooh, yeah. She took an elbow shot from Kalia Copper right to the bottom part of the jaw. Kalia Copper went into a Euro step and ripped down the elbow right into the bottom part of the jaw of Kelsey Mitchell. Went down hard. This is now being looked at the monitor. Copper goes into a Euro step, flings out the elbow. Oh, yeah. Kelsey Mitchell is bleeding from the lower part of her lip. Man, she's tough. Just a really, really good all-around player for Kelsey Mitchell. Just a certified bucket getter. So this is being looked at right now. We'll see if they do take away these 2 points off the board. Kalia Copper, Eurostep, just flings out an elbow right to the bottom part of the mouth, and it cuts open the mouth of Kelsey Mitchell. Oof. Yeah, she even got attended to on the bench, still bleeding hard. The bottom part of the mouth. Bottom part of the lip there, just completely gashed. Damn. So this is under official review currently. 6:20 left to play. This fourth quarter seems like it's going by in like snail's pace right now. 2 games gone final tonight. Connecticut Sun able to destroy the Chicago Sky 92-63. Connecticut Sun just picked up only their 3rd win in the season, now 3-15. Atlanta Dream, close game at the end, able to outlast the Toronto Tempo 94-87. Right now, Mercury getting on a little bit of a run to make this game interesting. Looks like those 2 points are going to be taken off the board, 74-59. So it's been reversed. So the challenge won by the Fever. And the bucket has been taken away by Clea Copper and rolled an offensive fall off the elbow to Kelsey Mitchell. Jumper 18-footer, Caitlin Clark, and will not count it. She cannot believe it. Called in the travel. Wow. Caitlin Clark, her hands over her mouth right now, cannot believe she had a step back 18-footer. Just had 2 points erased from her. Wow. What is going on here? We got a foul charge the Fever. Gonna lead the free throws now in the bonus for the Phoenix Mercury. This game ain't done just yet. 6 minutes left to play. This fourth quarter is absolutely a drag. 2 free throws, Kalia Copper. First one's good. Ending of this game right now is taking so long. Absolute drag to close out this game tonight. Second free throw is good. 74-61 as we're under 6 minutes left to go. Top of the key, Mitchell away from the play. Cunningham is fouled. Wow. A whistle to foul every 5 seconds or so off the game clock. Inbound goes to Boston. Bounce pass finds Clark. Caitlin Clark at the wing. Taking on one defender. Caitlin Clark dribbles up. Runner inside the key. Drew the contact in the foul. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Clark. 5:45 left to go in the fourth. Wow. First free throw is good. Second free throw right down the middle. 76-61, 15-point lead. Two critical free throws going down by Clark. She's got herself 23 tonight in 27 minutes. Right to the rim, no good. Miss layup by the Mercury. Clark going up the floor. Bounce pass underneath to the rim. They score up and in off the window. Monique Billings scores the deuce. Puts her team up by 17. Billings perfect 4 for 4 from the floor now with 13 points tonight. Copper attacks the paint, stumbled inside the key, and a tie-up as Caitlin Clark thought that she clearly traveled with it hitting the deck. That's going to be a tie-up, though, ruled by the officials. Indiana Fever played against the refs for... They had a lot of calls go against them tonight. Nevertheless, still found a way. 17-point lead. Jump ball at the free throw circle between the Mercury and the Fever. Tipped around. A battle for the basketball. Clark. And a hooking violation. Charge to Thomas. It's on Alyssa Thomas who picked up the foul. She has some words right now with officials. These girls getting feisty tonight. Battling for the loose ball off the tip in. Alyssa Thomas battling with Caitlin Clark there. Oh, yeah, Thomas got away with she got a push-off. Yeah, Thomas with a push-off off the offhand. Going for that basketball, and Thomas was the guilty party who picked up the foul. This is going to be Fever basketball coming up after the timeout. 5:07 left to go in the fourth quarter. 17-point lead for the Fever as we head into the timeouts. Are you a fan of Behind Your Arc Basketball and want to rep the BTAB brand? Then check out the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. Click the link posted in the description of this video, or you can click the QR code as well. The Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is your online shop to rep my channel brand. My merch store has shirts, sweatshirts, pants, shorts, winter hats, pillows, mugs, phone cases, and so much more. And new to the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store is Mr. Top's gear to rep your favorite tortoise. Check out the newly added Mr. Top's jerseys and all the other great items at the Behind Your Arc Basketball merchandise store online at Teespring Marketplace. All right, if you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate all for being a part here on the channel tonight. I'll be back live on Wednesday covering these two teams once again. Mercury and Fever. Hey, what's good, Charlize? Welcome in. All right, 17-point game with just above 5 minutes left to go. Caitlin Clark's got 23 points tonight, 6th straight game with at least 20-plus points. Phoenix Mercury challenged the foul call on Alyssa Thomas, and the call has been overturned. So Alyssa Thomas was battling for a loose ball off the jump ball between Caitlin Clark, and wow. All has been overturned. Phoenix Mercury win the challenge. Alyssa Thomas got away with an elbow to Caitlin Clark. And Caitlin Clark just picked up her 5th personal foul, so she is done for the remaining part of this game. 5:07 left to go, and Caitlin Clark is fouled out. Wow, that's a huge, huge difference in the game there. Luckily, her team's up by 17. 2 free throws at the line for Thomas. First one missed. So Thomas is in the bonus. Wow. Yeah, Fever just need to hold on and make sure they come out on top tonight. Second free throw missed. Yeah, if you're Indiana, just take off time off this clock right now. See if you can come up with a big offensive rebound. Use some more clock once again. Mitchell going quickly. Mitchell right to the rim. No good. Missed the layup. And that was early in the shot clock. Here goes the Mercury. Shovel pass. Trailer. Double clutch. Layup's good. Kalia Copper up and then off the window. 15-point game. Mitchell again going quick up the floor. You don't need to go this quickly. 15 in the shot clock for Mitchell. Mitchell, kick out, quarter, 3. No good off the back rim. Missed by the Fever at the corner. And it went out of bounds. That was off of number 3, no, it was off of Phoenix last. So Raven Johnson actually heads up play right there, able to pin it off. A Phoenix Mercury defender. Into the corner with Cunningham towards the right off the dribble. Hand off to Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell, 5 of the shot clock. Floats it to the corner. Cunningham, corner 3. Offensive foul. Called on Indiana. It's on Aaliyah Boston. This game has been officiated all over the place tonight. It's basically the Fever are playing against 2 different teams. The Phoenix Mercury and then the refs. Like, I'm looking forward to the next game on Wednesday to see the change in officiating from what this game was to the next game on Wednesday. I'll be back live Wednesday between these 2 teams once again, 7:30 p.m. Alyssa Thomas moves it off to the baseline. Number 11, back their way with a Yai. A Yai draws the foul. 4 minutes even left to go in the timer. Yeah, this has been terribly officiated tonight. And the first one's good. Pretty good audience for viewership tonight for a WNBA stream. We got 20 plus people watching right now. My second WNBA stream of the season. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you're just joining in, Caitlin Clark just fouled out. Picked up her 5th foul around a minute ago. Wow, this is an absolute joke. 8 seconds of clock time went off in a foul. Both teams in the bonus. Sophie Cunningham, 2 free throws. Yet to score tonight. Time to change that. She does. Got both the free throws. Phoenix with possession. Copper turns the corner, dribbles inside the key to the rim, no good. Putback chance, no good off the back rim. Third chance, no good again off the glass. Stifling defense by the Fever as Boston control the rebounds. Aaliyah Boston powers her way free throw circle outside. Mitchell shovel pass to the corner, and again the Mercury commit a foul. That's on Kalia Copper. Head coach Stephanie White sees something as well. She goes right over to her whiteboard and calls Monique Billings over to talk about the situation with her right now. Kalia Copper just fouled out. 20 points tonight for Clea Copper. Yeah, that graphic should be 5 for fouls. USA graphic had it as 6. Oh yeah, beg my pardon. It is 6. Okay. And Boston missed the first free throw. Second shot's good. 81-65. Pocket pass. Thomas outside. Ayayi dribbles baseline and away from the play. Another foul. This is just all over the map. This fourth quarter is taking just a lifetime to get done and over with. Tristan, welcome in. Best of luck there tonight in this game. Yeah, the spread for this game was the Fever were a 7.5 point favorite for them. First free throw is good. It's by the Mercury. They cut it down to 15. Right now, Caitlin Clark on the bench. So Caitlin Clark's got 5 personal fouls right now. So 1 away from falling out for Caitlin Clark. If her team is able to keep on sustaining this lead up by 10, I wouldn't even risk it. This game's been super chippy tonight. Like, there's been players getting hurt. Bounce pass, low block. Boston powers her way inside, missed off the back of offensive rebound, back to the Fever. They can use more time off the clock. Mitchell pulls up from deep off the mark, no good, and pinned out of bounds. And it went off of Johnson last. Heads up basketball there by Phoenix. Able to send it off Raven Johnson, and Indiana Fever play at the baseline out of bounds. That was DeWanna Bonner right there, able to have that heads up play. 2:45 left to go in regulation. Clark still on the bench currently. Lob goes to Bonner. Bonner at the mid-block. Outside on top, Alyssa Thomas. Wide open, will not shoot the 3. Back to Thomas. Push pass. Underneath, they score. Good for 2. Make it an interesting 12-point game. Basket was made by Noemi Brochon. Raven Johnson slides it off to the corner. Back into the hands from Johnson. Johnson sends it on top to Boston. Aaliyah Boston finds Mitchell. Mitchell, 5 of the shot clock. Kelsey Mitchell dribbles up. 18-footer high archer. Got it. Kelsey Mitchell, big-time shot there. Looks like the dagger tonight. 83-69, 2 minutes left to go, and a double dribble charge to the Mercury. A turnover by Phoenix. Indiana can start to smell it right now. That's a humongous shot that Kelsey Mitchell made. And Caitlin Clark with those 5 personal fouls will check right back in on the floor. 1:56 left to go. Kelsey Mitchell very well could have had the exclamation point to win this game with a 2-minute mark left remaining. We're at 1:45 left to go here. Top of the key, Caitlin Clark. Clark off a double team, and we get a foul here. Charged to Phoenix with Valerian Ayayi. And free throw is good. Wow, I'm trying to get to that news here, and it's, man, clogged up with Giannis news. Here we go. Minnesota is sending Julius Randle and the number 28 pick in the NBA draft to the Brooklyn Nets in a 3-team trade that sends Nick Claxton to the Chicago Bulls. T-Wolves will acquire Brooklyn's number 33 pick for Randle and number 28. Wow. Yeah, we could see the writing on the wall for that after the abysmal playoffs that Julius Randle had. Wow, his trade stock was that low. Julius Randle got traded for Nick Claxton in a 3-team trade. And then the T-Wolves acquired a couple picks, 33 and 28 for Randle. Wow. Minnesota just cleared up some big-time cap space in their roster. Opens up for them for a huge acquisition this summer. Missed 3 by the Mercury. Caitlin Clark came away with a defensive rebound. Top of the key. Clark towards the right off the dribble. Flings it cross court. Cunningham and away from the play. Mercury again commit a foul. What are they doing here? We got a minute 15 left to go. Just finish up this game. Yeah, that's really good there for Chicago because they got rid of Vucevic at the trade deadline, needed rim protection. And Caitlin Clark's going to substitute out. Yeah, there's not even any way you're risking Caitlin Clark here up by 15, 1:15 left. Second free throw is good. 85-69. We're down to the final minute left to go. And away from the play, Fever pick up a foul. Yeah, Nets had a bunch of cap space to use. Minnesota now, so right now they got like a ton of extra cap space to use it on like a big time pickup. Final minute left to go. Lexi Hall inside the key, ripped away and stolen by Ayayi. Jumper is good. Mercury just drilled a 3. Big shot there by Phoenix coming off the bench. Shea Saiski, number 5. First time on the floor tonight. The Fever just turned it over. This game a little bit interesting, but luckily Indiana's going to have enough to squeak it out. Both of these teams, again, play each other on Wednesday. I'm hoping to be back live on Wednesday night, Mercury and Fever. And, yeah, tomorrow should be an interesting day. And Giannis on the Kumbo trade. Probably going to be popping up overnight or like tomorrow at some point. But yeah, some dominoes starting to fall out there. It's huge for Minnesota that they're able to retain Ayo DeSumo without having to give him up. Free throw is good. Yeah, this quarter went by so slow. Second shot missed. Rebound, Phoenix. Final seconds left to play. Ayayi going to the rim, followed and won with 2.6. Of course, this game hasn't ended just yet. Luckily, the spread was at 7.5 for Indiana, so this is not going to put a dent into it unless they come up with an offensive rebound and draw a three, and the free throw is good. 86-77 as this game finally goes final. And both teams will face each other on Wednesday night all over again, back in the same arena. Indiana outscored Phoenix in the second and third quarters 65-33. It was a 19-6 start tonight for Phoenix. Indiana could not draw a shot. They went 2 for 18 in the opening quarter. Caitlin Clark, though, erupted for 15 points in the second quarter. Caitlin Clark finishes with a game-high 24 points tonight, 9 assists by Clark. Kelsey Mitchell right behind, 22 points by Mitchell. Monique Billings, big-time game, double-double, 14 points and 10 rebounds. Phoenix led by Clea Copper with 20 points, 19 and 9 assists for Alyssa Thomas. Thanks for joining in, being a part in the stream tonight in this game as we have wrapped up this one. And the Indiana Fever snap a 2-game losing streak. They bounce back and they are now 10-7 overall this season for the Fever. The Mercury dropped to 5-13 overall this year. Caitlin Clark, once again, big time. 6th straight game that she has got doubled or 20-plus points for Caitlin Clark. Yeah, pretty good numbers tonight on this stream. Hoping to cover a lot more Caitlin Clark WNBA streams throughout the off season, and some really good numbers. Pretty good for like early stage stream that they've only covered WNBA twice this year. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'm going to close out tonight with the channel members. All channel members get a shout out each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, John, Michael Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren, the Naja player, Norma Polson, Kelly Ogie, Russell Rydog, Astros fan for life, Phil, all on the prowl. I am Ghost, Ian, Edith, Ice Ice Baby, XX Dev 5000, SGA Sports Talk, Elaine, Kilo Pitts, Yvonne, Otamura, Tyreek, Jason, Nico Loco, Janet, NCC7 Enterprise, and Martin. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream tonight. Indiana Fever led in the back of Caitlin Clark, 24 points. Fever win by 9, 86-77, the final score. Thanks all for joining in. Hoping to be back live on the Wednesday. These two teams once again. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night, and see you guys soon later this week.